From critters with blue and red feet to hornbills and shoebill storks, here are 18 birds you won't believe exist. Number 18. Moustached kingfisher. These birds are distinguished by their red bills, bright body coloration, and their moustache. That's actually a stripe that extends from its lower mandible to its ear coverts. Wildlife experts say the bird's short tail and rounded wings make it capable of fast, direct flights that can execute wide angles. They get the kingfisher title since many of them live near water and prey on fish. Other species like this one feed on small invertebrates and insects. The animals are endemic to Bougainville Island in New Guinea, where up to 1,000 mature individuals are thought to remain. Number 17. Greater bird of paradise. It was once believed that these birds had no legs. Supposedly, they were always kept aloft by their plumage and never touched the earth until they died. That inspired the idea that the birds were visitors from paradise, but the misconception was the result of how New Guinea natives prepared the birds for European traders by removing the feet and legs. Females are larger, measuring up to 19 inches, 48 centimeters, excluding the tail. Males are known to congregate in groups called leks when it's time to court females. The displays involve an intricate choreography of dance moves and calls in their bid to attract a mate, and during mating season, the presentation starts before sunup and lasts until after sunset. Number 16. Leaded ARACARI. At less than 12 inches long, 29 centimeters, and weighing about 4.5 ounces or 130 grams, this is one of the smaller species of toucan. Found in tropical lowland forests from Brazil to Bolivia, the bird's common name refers to a row of short black lines extending from its mandible that appear like letters. The prominent bill allows them to grab fruit and prey, and is also used for purposes of courtship. Number 15. The devil bird. A cryptid known as ulama in Sri Lanka was claimed to produce human-like, blood-curdling screams at night in the jungle. According to local folklore, the creature's cry foreshadowed death. The exact identity of the bird was one of the great mysteries in Siamese jungles, since it was typically unseen, but the bird's true identity may have been revealed. Several potential candidates have been found to closely match the cryptid's description, including the spot-bellied eagle owl. It closely matches the ulama's description and even possesses an approximation of the devil bird's characteristic screech and tufted horns. The eagle owl's discovery may have finally solved the mystery, so maybe we can believe that the devil bird exists after all. Number 14. Common POTOO. These rather stern-looking birds have a haunting call that earns them the nickname Paw Me Ones. They're found throughout the tropics of Central and South America, where they're nocturnal hunters that usually feed on beetles and grasshoppers. To evade predators during the day, the POTOO has a talent for blending in with the scenery. Their coloration makes them appear like part of a tree while they perch atop the branches with their eyes half closed. If they detect a threat, the birds will imperceptibly freeze in position, which further camouflages them. Number 13. Magnificent frigatebird. Here's a bird that likes to puff out its chest, or so it seems. The males of this species are distinguished by their striking red throat sacs, which are inflated during mating season to attract females. They're found in subtropical waters of the Atlantic and Pacific coasts, as well as in the Galapagos Islands. The large birds can weigh more than 15 pounds, 7 kilograms, and have a wingspan of around 8.5 feet, or 2.6 meters. And here's a fun factoid, the birds are named frigates, or warships. Number 12. Greater Adjutant. Now here is the epitome of a big bird. The greater adjutant belongs to the stork family and is found across Asia. Not that they're difficult to miss. These animals stand upwards of 5 feet tall, 1.5 meters, and their wingspan measures more than 8 feet, 2.4 meters. In case you're wondering, their bills go about 13 inches long, 33 centimeters. Not surprisingly then, this bird ranks among the largest of all living storks. With that massive bill, bare head, and unusual neck pouch, they have a stiff way of walking, which is reminiscent of a military strut. That inspired their common name, adjutant, or military officer. Number 11. Blue-footed booby. Did you know there are 6 species of marine birds known as boobies? The name comes from the Spanish word bobo, meaning stupid or foolish. It's a reference to the seabird's clumsiness on land. This species has a range that extends from the Gulf of California to Peru and the Galapagos Islands. Their defining physical characteristic is their blue feet, which only appears on the males. Experts say the coloration results from the bird's diet of fish that contains carotenoids. You can discern the male's health and age by the blueness of their feet. That plays a strong factor in mating season. Females will usually pair off with younger males since they have the brightest feet and can produce stronger offspring. Number 10. Red-footed booby. Not to be outdone, the blue-footed booby has a counterpart in this red-footed relative. They're the smallest members of the booby family and are known to be agile flyers and amazing divers as they plunge into the ocean to catch prey, but they're very clumsy when it comes to takeoffs and landings. They're mainly found in the tropical islands of coastal regions, and they've been documented to show up in areas far from home. That includes specimens appearing in New Zealand and England. They're mostly white with a bill and throat pouch coloured blue and pink. Their most notable trait is their red legs displayed by all adults. Number 9. INCA TERN. It looks like we're having a run on red today. We found another species of birds with red feet that breed on the rocky coasts of Chile and Peru. Its name is a reference to the range where the Inca Empire once existed. The Inca tern is one of the largest members of its family at about 16 inches long, 40 centimeters. While they're mostly grey, the animals have a red bill with a white moustache and legs and feet which are coloured dark red. The unique handlebar moustache serves as an indication of the bird's health. Greater length equates to a healthier tern. Number 8. Southern Cassowary. There are 3 extant species of this critter in Australia, but the southern species is the largest of the lot. These specimens can weigh close to 160 pounds, 73 kilograms, making them the world's second largest birds, next to the ostrich. And standing more than 5.5 feet tall, 1.7 meters, they're the 3rd tallest birds in the world. They have several notable physical traits, including the distinctive casque on their noggin, which is made of keratin, like your fingernails. But its precise purpose is still a mystery. Did you know that the flightless behemoth was once named the world's most dangerous bird by Guinness? That's due to their feet, which have 5-inch, 13-centimeter long razor-sharp claws on the middle toe. When they deliver powerful kicks, it can result in broken bones or evisceration. That's one reason why there are signs within its range to advise one to be cassowary of the birds. Number 7. King vulture. These New World birds have some kingly dimensions, weighing up to 10 pounds, 4.5 kilograms, and possessing a wingspan of 7 feet or 2 meters. Adult specimens can be imposing, with mostly white plumage contrasting with a head and neck that is mostly hairless and displays a vivid coloration of orange, yellow, and purple. Their range stretches from Mexico to Argentina, so these are some well-travelled birds. They were also well documented by the Maya, who viewed it as a god and used its blood and feathers to cure disease. Number 6. Sri Lanka Frogmouth. As their name would suggest, these birds are endemic to Sri Lanka, as well as the Western Ghats of South India. They're nocturnal critters and are difficult to spot when resting on tree branches because they can resemble dried leaves. And they do have a somewhat frog-like appearance. Experts say the birds will open their mouths wide as part of a threat display to ward off intruders. Number 5. Shoebill. These big birds can appear cartoonish or scary depending on your perspective, but there's nothing funny about their dimensions. An average height exceeds 4.5 feet, 137 centimeters, while they can weigh more than 15 pounds or 7 kilograms. The distinctive bill goes about 9 inches long and is used for hunting and capturing prey like fish, snakes, and larger lizards. After the prey has been scooped up by the bill, it allows enough room for the victim to poke its head out, at which point the bird clamps shut its jaws and swallows it whole. When it comes to vocalizing, these birds tend to be the strong silent type, but they have been known to utter noises that sound like a cow's moo. They're distributed across freshwater swamps of tropical Central Africa and appear in imagery from ancient Egypt. Number 4. Rhinoceros hornbill. Similar in size to a swan, this is one of the largest hornbills and is hunted for its feathers and meat. They're also known to live in captivity for around 90 years, but in the wild they inhabit mountain rainforests with a range that extends from Borneo to Thailand. Some have remarked that the coloration of that rhino horn reminds them of the toucan. Number 3. Wilson's bird of paradise. You can thank naturalist Sir David Attenborough for introducing this bird to the world. The first footage of it appeared on one of his BBC documentaries in 1996. They're endemic to the rainforests of Indonesia and measure about 6 inches, 16 centimeters. Males of this species display some astonishing colours and play a role in mating rituals. They're also known to perform elaborate mating dances in a display court they create by clearing an area of rainforest floor. That's how Attenborough enticed one to appear on camera. When he dropped leaves on the forest floor, the irritated bird showed up to clear away the debris. Number 2. Helmeted hornbill. The scary appearance of this big bird is due largely to the large casque or helmet-like structure on its head. That casque is nearly solid and can account for 11% of the animal's total weight, which is about 3 kilograms or 6.8 pounds. Experts say the males use those imposing structures to combat each other during mating season. They're found in forested habitats ranging from the Malay Peninsula to Borneo. Number 1. Andean RUPICOLA. These big birds are native to tropical rainforests of South America. There are 2 species of them, the Andean, which ranges from Bolivia to Venezuela, and the Guianan, which is found from French Guiana to the Brazilian Amazon. They're noted for their bright orange coloration, black wings, and their unusual disc-like crest. But only the males possess those distinctive traits. As with many bird species, their coloration plays a role in mating rituals. To be honest, this bird has a better known common name which modesty prevents us from mentioning. If you know what it is, tell us in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell for notifications for our next exciting episode right here on Epic Wildlife.